Good evening. I'm sorry I'm late, but it's been a busy day. I've just tried out my first Facebook audio room. Pretty cool, bit weird. If you use social media to build your business, though, and you have the opportunity to use audio rooms, it's a really great thing to do, and it's good to get a lot of value out to a lot of people. So, good evening. Welcome to my Network Marketing Monday. And I just had this horror of it is Monday, isn't it? Yeah, it is, right? So, welcome to Network Marketing Monday. Here is a chance for me to share with you some tips on network marketing. Now, over the last 8 years, I have been a top earner in the company, a top recruiter, a top retailer, a top everything. But of course, recruitment seems to be the thing that people can struggle with the most. And so I wanted to come live tonight and share with you my top tips on recruiting consistently in network marketing. One of the things that I'm really, really, really funny about is people being very genuine and very authentic in network marketing. And this evening I've done a private training for my network marketing team. And I just thought afterwards, you know what? I'm going to go and share some of those bits because I think it's really important for everyone to know. And I see a lot of things being done like really right in the industry. And I also see a lot of things being done wrong. But they may be being done wrong just because those people are not receiving any coaching or the right training, or somebody been in the business long enough to kind of see the ups and the downs and the peaks and the troughs of business. And so I thought, you know what, I'll share it because maybe sometimes, or someone may need to know. So if you have anyone you're working with, if you've got a team that you want to share this with, click the share button or tag some friends in. And share the love of the knowledge. So let me share a couple of things with you first, because I know that when you get started in network marketing, most people, in fact, like 99% of the people don't want to build a team, don't want to recruit people or any of that. They simply love a product and they want to share that product with other people. And that's it. And that's absolutely fine. So if you're listening to this and maybe you're thinking, oh, well, this is what I don't like about that part of network marketing is not for me, rest assured that you don't have to do that. And 99% of people are not interested in doing that anyway. A lot of people will join for discount on a really great product and servicing a handful of customers. So that is the reality of network marketing, that most people don't want to build a team, or don't want to do the training in order to learn how to professionally do that, which is absolutely fine. The other side of the business, of course, is that 1%, and I'm always honest with people that I am recruiting as well, is that most people do this as a side business for a couple of £100 a month. And that is the reality of it. Those are the figures. You can have a look. Some people then, the 1%, want to build a substantial and a sustainable business like me. I wanted to become an expert in network marketing. I wanted to build a team. I wanted to support and help, a large downline around the world to build a business. But that didn't come until I got into it and I'd started learning and I became intrigued and inspired on how to build a network marketing business. So I don't know how to turn those notifications off. I'm really sorry. I know it's absolutely draining. I'll try just getting rid of my Safari and see if that'll work. So let's talk first of all about my number one tip. So most people are like, well, how do you recruit consistently? Because I can recruit maybe one month, and maybe 15 the next month, and then maybe none for a few months, and then maybe 3. Maybe you've never recruited anybody. My top advice is you'll know if your team's going to grow fast if you're having a lot of conversations or you're not. And it really is as simple as that. And when people say it's all in the numbers, sometimes I think that like dehumanizes things. We're speaking to people who maybe want to earn a bit of extra money, or maybe they want to, replace or exceed their current incomes. That's fine. But we're talking about humans and we're talking about numbers, but we are in sales. So whether you're selling a product or someone's taking a look at your business opportunity, you're selling something, and anything sales wise is down to numbers. Even if you're talking traditional businesses, if you've got a shop on the high street, if 1,000 people walk past the front of your shop, more people will walk into your shop than if 100 people walk past your shop. It's just numbers and percentages, and that's just how life works. So not to dehumanize anything when we're talking about the numbers, but if the number of conversations that you're having is high, you'll be recruiting a lot of people and probably selling a lot of product. If you're not having many conversations, then you're not. Now, I became obsessed with marketing. So there's two different ways to kind of put your recruitment out there and to do recruitment activities. One of those ways is to reach out to people. You can do this in a really normal way. I'll talk to you a little bit about that. Or another way is to put out marketing information that gets people messaging you or emailing you or whatever it is, responding to your information that you're putting out there saying, can I have some information on what you do? Or can I join your team? Or I want to work with you. And it's as simple as that. That's what marketing is. You're putting information out that you want to get people, you know, biting on that information and saying they either want to work with you or buy your product or your service or whatever. There's two different ways to do it. Having conversations, there are lots of different ways to do this. You can drive traffic into your pages by doing Facebook Lives and giving them a call to action, like message me for a little bit more information or whatever. That's not really a great call to action, by the way, but I'm just giving you an example. You give them a call to action at the end, fill out my form to subscribe, or click on the link below, or put this in the comments, or whatever. A specific call to action. It could be that you're doing it through stories, and in your stories, you're putting polls and asking people to respond to polls. Do they want more information, or do they feel like this, that, or the other? And that is then giving you a reason to contact them as a response to what they responded to your poll. So polls can be used for that as well. You can also have conversations via email. So if you've got an email list, you can be emailing out. You can ask them to take an action from your email, and that's absolutely fine to do as well. Emails are a great way of marketing, and they're a very natural follow-up. So once you've spoken to someone about the business, emails are a great natural follow-up, just kind of like, hey, I'm here, just reminding you, but not pushy or saying, hey, I'm just reminding you, you've ignored me, do you want to respond? It's giving them value until they see enough value in you that they think, do you know what, I really want to work with that person, or now the time is right for them. So having more conversations. When we talk about this, being authentic, genuine, and honest, I think people get really confused. I also think it's confusing because we see scripts and recruitment systems and how to do things all over the place. We do. Hey, Shaz. Oh, you don't need to be worried about approaching people as long as you're doing it in the right way. So let me share with you what is the right way. So for me, I'm very relaxed about recruitment. And I think that does and can come in time, but it's also knowing that and being comfortable with your opportunity is not for everybody. And as much, or doesn't matter what part of your business you're in, where you're completely hyped about it and you're like, and I felt like this in the beginning, like, why would anyone not want to do this? Like, it's just a no-brainer to me. I honestly thought when I started, like, as soon as everybody knows, everyone's going to want to do it. I'm going to be inundated. I won't have enough time. And obviously that didn't happen. But there were people who said yes. There were way more people who said no. But there were some people who that was the right time in their life to look for a side business that could bring them in some extra money. There were other people who wanted to take that a bit more seriously. They wanted it to either replace their current incomes or even exceed them. And they went on to build this as their career, like I did. But it's really because of the way that they are asked, I think initially, that either repels them or attracts them. So if somebody messages me and says something along the lines of, hey, Emma, I've got a group where I'm holding a presentation about earning some extra money. Do you want to go in? I literally just get like to the couple of lines. I'm like, oh, God. And I'm in the industry, you know, and I would never be mean to anybody, but I'm just like, oh, so sad that people do that. Like, it's really annoying. I also see the real disingenuous messages that come through and say like, oh, I've looked at your profile, you look really cool. Like, what have you got going on right now? Come on, man. Like, who wants to know? Like, have you got time? You've got kids. Have you got time to ask me what's going on in my life? And you really don't care about the answer anyway. And I think, crikey, with what's going on in my life right now, you don't want to ask that, love. Let me keep you busy for the next 2 hours and depressed. No, I'm joking. But my point being is that that's not someone being genuine. They really don't care what I've got going on. If they did, they would have found something that I did have going on and they would ask me a bit more specifically about that. And that would probably light me up and be like, oh, let me tell you about what I'm doing. So that would be a good way to go about it, not, hey, what have you got going on? I don't have time to tell you. I haven't got time to go to toilet on my own without the kids. Never mind, have a chat with you, person I don't know, about what it is that I've got going on at the moment. So, oh, that's lovely. I'm glad that helped. Okay, so let's talk about what I mean by being authentic, genuine, and honest. So I'll give you an example. If Shares, you were a friend of mine and we were chatting, and you said to me, Emma, if I said to you, hey, I don't know, it might be for you. You were saying about you wanted to earn some extra money. You probably know I've got a thing where we offer people a side business to earn some extra money. And it might not be your thing, but I can add you into a group to have a look at some info, or I can send you a video if you want. Might not be for you, but it doesn't matter either way. At least you can have a nosy. Literally, that is how relaxed I am, and that's how relaxed I feel about it. Because if it's not for her, it's not for her. And if it is for her, then it is for her. Great either way. When people are not genuine and just sticking to a really strict script. Now, your uplines might give you scripts and they're great as a basis, but after like 50 people send the same first message, that's then spam. It comes across as spammy. It comes across as not being genuine. It's not authentic. If you're just changing one or two words, it doesn't feel real. Like, just ask them. Just be like, say, last week you were moaning your butt off in the gym about your car breaking down and it cost you a fortune. I don't know if you know, I do a business that gives people the opportunity to earn extra income working online. It might not be for you, love. I might be completely barking up the wrong tree, but if you want to have a nosy at what we do, we're doing a presentation on Thursday. If you want me to send you a link, no big deal if you don't. That is being really honest. And when they come back and say, oh, I know what you do, it's that thing, or it's that thing, or you sell this, or you sell that, and you go, yeah, that's it. They say, yeah, it's not for me. And I say, no problem at all, babes. But, I just wanted to let you know where I am if you need me. And that's it. And that is really being honest. But we got to get back into having genuine and honest conversations with people. I was talking to the team tonight, and when we say like reach out to a certain number of people a day, yeah, if you want to be showing people your business presentation and enough people that some people who are going to say yes, and right now is the right time for them to do it, are going to drop through, then you need to be speaking to people and finding out, what's going on with them. I'm not saying have conversations purely for the purpose of finding them saying like, oh, we're skint, and you're going, that's amazing news. I'm so happy you're skint because I've got a business opportunity. No, I don't mean that. I mean, live your life, speak to people. If you're in network marketing, it means you're a networker anyway, or you're learning to be. And so conversation should be something that you're learning to have and that are much more easy and normal flowing and whatever. And if at some point in the conversation it is normal, it would be normal to say, oh, well, if you know what I do, you might want to have a look, but that's a lot of women earning some extra money, and it might be for you as well. If you want me to pop you in the group, that you can watch, some of the girls in there and see their backgrounds and see if it's for you or not. That is natural. But the scripted messages and stuff like that, yeah, it's not so natural. So but some people need a guideline. I did when I started. I needed a guide of like a structure of, okay, but so how do I go about it? Because when people are left to their own devices sometimes and not, and my best mate won't mind me sharing this with you, Lise said war and peace. I mean, the girl Lauren who joined is like got one of the biggest teams in our businesses in our team as well. It's hilarious that she actually joined, but she literally told her everything from like how long our product had been around, what were the ingredients. I mean, like literally everything. She just totally threw up all the information all over her, and she said yes. And so I will say that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. If someone's in the right stage of their life, they're looking to earn some extra money and they're interested in what you've got going on, they're going to say yes, no matter what you say. And if they are not, then they're going to say no. So that leads me on to the third part of this, which hopefully you will take a lot of value from, which is there's no such thing as objection handling. And I mean this in the most sincerest way because I think people think they're missing a trick and, oh, I'm not saying the right things or what have you. The art of conversation is just keeping it going and being interested in the person that you're talking to. Honestly interested, because I know when someone's not honestly interested in me, and you probably know when someone's honestly not interested in you. So if you're speaking to other people and you're honestly not interested in them, they probably know. No matter how much you try and hide it, they probably know. Because I know when someone isn't in me, and you probably do when someone isn't in you. So they probably know too. So when somebody says, and I use this example tonight, somebody says to me, "Do you know what, and I say, "What, what's up with you? Like, what are you doing now?" And they're like, "I work 90 hours a week in, I don't know, the gym, personal training. And then after that, I volunteer for I don't know, mountain rescue. And obviously then I've got 3 kids and my husband works away, or I'm a single mum or whatever." And I go, "Do you know, I might have just the thing for you." Really? That woman who's, like, so crazy busy, she's already telling you she's got no life, she's probably on the verge of a breakdown, and you're gonna say to her, "Well, I might have this business that you can run." What? That's crazy. That's so not genuine and so not authentic. Like, you're not giving an absolute crap about what she's telling you. You're just saying, like, "Okay, that's really great for you, but here, let's get to me." Like, "Here's what I've got for you." Like, no one cares. It's so weird to do that. Like, care about people, genuinely take an interest, because that woman is telling you she's crazy busy. Now, you might think, well, with our business, you could earn the same amount, run it in the pockets of time, and that could be that. But from what, if someone told me that, I would never think to say to them, "Well, let me share with you how you can earn twice as much in half the amount of time." And it's just too pushy. It's not authentic. You can't guarantee it. You can't guarantee anything in network marketing. Anyone says to me, "How do you think I'm going to do?" And I go like, "I don't know." They're like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, I've got no idea. People have joined my team and I thought, wow, you were going to set the world alight." And they did nothing. And then with this exactly the same training, somebody joined and I thought, and they've said, "I just want a little bit, don't tag me in the trainings, don't send me any messages, don't catch up with me. I'll just do what I can when I can." And I'm totally cool with that. And that's why I ask people, because I really want to know, like, how do you want me to be with you? What do you want me to let you know about? And like, let me go. I'm good. I'll plod along. I'm that plodder. And then they do something, or like they sell a load of product, or they recruit some people, or they do activity. I'm like, wow, you've done better than like 90% of the team have done, and you don't even want to talk to me. Like, okay. But I'm going to acknowledge like what they want, how they want to be treated, what kind of level of like engagement they want in the business, and I'm going to go with that. And if you are thinking about objection handling, like somebody who's got all that time that they are doing is that, unless you can pull 10 hours out of your backside a week to give to them to work their new business, you're not going to be being genuine by saying, "I can help save you time." And we all know that. And I've been in network marketing a long time. I've done a lot of things. I know that that isn't the right time to be saying, "Let's start a business." However, if I did feel like, "Do you know what? It might be good for them and they might be really good at it," or whatever, I'd say to them, "Listen, if you weren't so crazy busy, I'd be telling you to take a look at what it is that I'm doing." Because, there are some people in the team that, if you heard about their stories before, you might think about doing things a little differently to what you're doing at the minute. But I don't think it's right for you right now. If you want to look at some information, though, for further down the line, I can send you it, or I can just give you a shout further down the line. That's being honest. That's saying, like, "Listen, you've got some crazy stuff going on right now. And I don't think what I'm doing is for you right now, but it might be further down the line. So I can either give you some information now or add you to a group, or whatever it is that you do." But that's what I'm saying about objection handling. When people say to me, "Oh, if someone says it's too expensive," what do you say? Like, I just think you didn't show them the value, or not, you didn't show them, actually, they didn't see the value in what you've shown them enough to justify the amount of a starter pack or whatever it is that they're paying for. That's simply it. Because us, how we only buy if we see value. So if somebody, for example, has built a network marketing business that isn't as big as mine, but then says to me, Emma, I will coach you for £10,000, I'm not going to pay that, because I won't see the value in it. If they haven't achieved something I don't want to achieve, like, I'm not going to buy that. Likewise, if someone doesn't see the value in whatever it is that you're offering, they're not going to pay that either. And it's the same with anything sales. You've got to see the value in it. It's like, for example, take cosmetic surgery, like really super expensive. And people get into a lot of debt for things like cosmetic surgery. Why? They see the value in how it's going to make them feel. They'll get their nose done or whatever, all bits or whatever. Because they see the value. They're like, okay, but if I spend that and I'm paying back that a month, I'm going to value the way that's going to make me feel, and that's what I want to do. And so people make that decision. It's the same in anything with sales. It's all about value. If they see the value in it, they'll pay it, and if they don't, no biggie. But if you are asking anyone the question, how can I convince this person, or what should I say to convince this person to do this? Let me tell you, don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother convincing. If you ever have to explain something so much, or feel like you have to convince people so much, I promise you they'll join and do nothing anyway. And I'd rather someone not join and just have a good experience with what it is that you're doing and what you're offering, as opposed to someone join and be like, oh, that was crap, thought I was going to do this and it was going to give me this and it didn't give me anything, and then you've got them being negative about it. I'd rather them be like indifferent about it and say, oh yeah, I nearly did that but I didn't in the end, as opposed to I did that and nothing happened and blah blah blah, when that wasn't unrealistic to think that anything will happen if you don't do anything anyway. I answer expensive compared to what? No, I wouldn't even say that, because, like, say your opportunity is £100. If someone says, oh, that's expensive, and you're like, well, there's not many businesses you can start up for £100, but if you don't see the value in it, then it's probably not the right opportunity for you. And that's honestly what I say. I'm like, to be honest, if you think that's expensive to start a business, your idea of like starting a business might not be congruent with like what it is that we're doing here. So I think, like, take some time to have a think about it, or see if it's for you, because I don't think it is right now. And that's it. I'm speaking to other people, so it is too cheap to start a business. Well, it's a different model. It's a different business model. Effectively, 99% of people in network marketing are affiliates. They are marketing other people's products, giving you a link to buy that product from your shop. And for taking the time for you marketing it, they are getting a percentage. Fair enough. That's just a sales commission, like, absolutely fine. It's like affiliate marketing. If you're building a downline, little bit different. You're kind of building a sales team, and at which point you're going to put time and effort into coaching your sales team, developing maybe some tools for them, or linking into other people who've already developed tools for other people, and you're going to be marketing that way, and therefore that's how you get paid. You're taking the time to train them, coach them, take time with them, show them the ropes, do all that. That's why you're getting paid a bit more if you decide to build a downline. It's a no-brainer. It's obvious. You work in John Lewis and you sell products yourself for a commission, you'll get paid X amount. If you work in John Lewis and you have 15 people on your team, and what they're selling obviously depicts kind of like what level of bonus you get, because if you're helping them, there's time and effort on your part, and you've got the responsibility of helping that many people, you're going to get paid a bit more. Duh, that's just obvious. So I just think it's like really logical. It's just logical marketing plan, psychological way of marketing. And nowadays, it's so common. Everyone's doing it. Um, Kind of like easy come, easy go. Yeah. Just like if you have that attitude as well, I have that attitude of like, it is what it is. If you want to do it, great, I'll help you. And if you don't, there's no biggie. It's like no biggie, it's fine. So no really such thing as objection handling, just giving people the information they can make their own decisions. No over egging things. No, I massively under promise everything. And then it's really nice to kind of over deliver. But I always want people to realize, I remember someone saying maybe a month back, it's like, can you lose money? And I said, well, if you buy products that you don't really need, just to kind of get on the point system, which you would only do if you were silly, well, then you could lose money, because if you don't want those products and then you've got them and you don't want to sell them, then yeah, of course, you're spending too much. Like, you don't need to. I do that in Sainsbury's every week. I buy stuff I just don't need, still in my cupboards. But yeah, you wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't want to encourage people to buy things that they don't need. Almost like you don't place an order unless you've got an order, because you don't have to. You don't have to buy a minimum amount per month either. Just stick with, if you get an order, then order the product and you won't lose any money. And don't ever get caught up in like, oh, I want to achieve this for this. No, if you join to earn money, then you join to earn money. I mean, why would you join for any other reason, right? Unless you just love the product and you're doing it for a discount. But if you join to earn money, then don't go spending money on products that you don't need. That makes no sense whatsoever. So again, bit of a no-brainer. And the last one is to make the no comfortable for people. I don't want people to feel awkward. I don't want people to think, oh God, she's messaging me again. How am I going to tell her that I'm not interested? Like, just say it. It's like, do you know what? It's not for me, or it's not the right time for me right now. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Should I give you a shout in a few months, or do you want me to just leave it with you and you can contact me if you see fit? Yeah, I'll do that. Amazing. Sounds good to me. Literally, I would just leave it with them. So I want people to be comfortable. I don't want anyone to think, oh, she's that really hard, aggressive, like recruiter, or she's that real person who pushes a business on people or whatever. Like, no, I'll put out their marketing information. If I want to build my team, asking people, do they want to speak about business? Do they want more information? I don't hide what I do. People say, oh, why don't you say the business, the name of the company or the business? Like, I believe, and I know for a fact, that if I'd have known the name of the company, I would have Googled, I would have read the negative and the positive, which there is on everything, by the way. I mean, Google the police, you see all stuff saying like police brutality, this, that, and the other. Google the NHS, which is an amazing system. You read bad and good on that. Google a hotel. I mean, we choose now to buy or book holidays based on Joe Bloggs saying that there was like dust on a I don't know, a chest of drawers or whatever. Like, I want people to see all the information, ask me any questions and make an informed decision. But I want them to see all the information, not just have one bit of information and go and research it. But if someone says, like, what's the company called? I'm not going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Okay, what am I joining, the SAS? No, but this is also in sales, and there is a way of presenting your business opportunity. And that way is give them all the information up front, including the name of the company, but all the information up front. So they have all of the information first, then the name of the company, that they can go and take a look then. And I think that that is really the right way in which we do it. So it's making recruitment really honest. It is being genuine. Like, I know, like, there are lots of people who want to recruit fast. My advice to you then is to work out Facebook ads. Work out doing ads, you can do ads on YouTube, on Pinterest, on LinkedIn. If you want fast leads coming in, do that. But, if you're not being genuine and you are just popping someone a message just to be like, hey, do you want to look at I'm doing? To me, it's kind of lazy. It doesn't, unless you're someone who can come across as really authentic and genuine because you are being that, well, then fair enough. Like, it doesn't come across like that. But I think you'll find that most people who've ever been approached in a way that is just kind of a generic way, kind of left with a bad feeling. a bad kind of taste in their mouth. Doesn't feel great. But if you do it in a natural way and it sounds like you, then of course that's completely and utterly different. And you are more than welcome, Mary. That's such a lush thing to say. Thank you, love. Okay. Yes, most people though, you're not on your own, Aileen. You're not on your own at all. Most people overcomplicate absolutely everything. We overthink things. We procrastinate. We're like, oh, should we type this? I mean, I'm on one of my trainings tonight. One of my team members, she's like, when I first sent a message, somebody didn't reply, and when I followed up later down the line, they said, oh, I thought you were a robot. I thought you'd been hacked or something. And we were laughing about it. We were like, yeah, that would make sense, because if you send somebody else, like if I message you and like, hey babes, your hair looks lush on your live today, you rocked it. You'd be like, yeah, I totally know that's Emma, like what Emma would say. But if somebody, like, maybe that's not normal for you, maybe you don't speak like an idiot, then don't say it. But that is me, and that is how I speak. And if someone didn't like it, or whatever, fine, we don't have to work together, like whatever. But if you were to then just go and copy that and send it out there, and your friends would be like, wow, who is that? Somebody's hacked her Facebook. So just speak normally, like use your own words. And I would say take the time to learn how to have conversations. One of my friends also in my team was saying, I'm quite socially awkward. I said, don't worry. It just means you're going to recruit other people who are socially awkward too. What? I'm like, yeah, that's what happens. You recruit people into your team who are like you. You can't be like me. I could teach you the words that I say to people, and if you use them, they sound so ridiculous. So you can't be like me. You can't do exactly what I do. You've got to do exactly what you do, because what you'll find is you will have a network of people who are a bit like you. And I've got a network of people who are a bit like me. And so if your network of people are a little bit socially awkward, that's cool. You're just going to build a team of people who are socially awkward. And how do I know that? Well, because you joined. You joined and you say that you're socially awkward. Like, okay, well, you said yes. So other socially awkward people will probably say yes too. We often find, especially when you go to network marketing events or trainings, that you find groups of people who are like really similar. Like there's this amazing group. I don't know if it was in Switzerland or Sweden that I went to. They all had like crazy hair, like chopped up, yellow, diagonal cuts, like crazy hair, like really cool tracksuits and like different colors. And I was like, oh, is this like a team thing? And they just like going for like the crazy haircut team. And they were like, no. oh, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, I thought this was the whole team thing. Like, no. Oh. And then you're like, well, of course. She's just recruited her because she's quite like her. And then she's asked him, her, and him. And they've joined and they're quite like her. And like, it's a whole team of people who are quite like each other. So that's just how it works. Jen, I love seeing you. And just consistency is key. And yes, being consistently you, and you'll attract like for like. Absolutely. And Jen, you were around in the early days where we did like, I did put like, this is the message I'm sending. This works. That's what I thought. I was like, well, if I'm doing it, I'm not doing anything different. But I was, because I had changed the words and that I kept with the structure of a message, kind of a length of a message that was appropriate. But I did change it to words that sounded like me. And the people who did well were the people who changed things to sound like them, because then that was authentic and genuine. And that really is what people respond to. Do you have, regarding procrastination, do you have an MLM planner? I'm hoping that'll help me get organized. Well, I swear on my life, for all you people know that I run my pro planner. I don't know Joanne. Do I, Joanne? You can vouch for me. I haven't been like, hey, do us a favor, about 20 to 11, will you go on my live and ask me if I know an MLM planner? However, I just so happen, honestly, this is genuinely like she has literally just asked that. So I've got these planners. It's called My Pro Planner. So www.myproplanner.co.uk. And we do a network marketing planner, which is going to help you stay organized, track your time, set your goals, do a monthly review. Oh, I love you, best MLM fellow. And hers got stuck in customs. We'll have to send it again. It's so annoying. But they have those designs, and now I'm going to ruin my shelf. I have to balance them and put them up again. But we also have the leopard print design. The inside is obviously what matters, Joanne. And I've done lots of videos and stuff. You can have a look on my Pro Planner. But starts with the reason why. There's a goal board. You've got monthly trackers. You can track your volume every single day. You can do your to-do lists, your follow-ups, your sales, joining this week, meal plan times on there and everything. So you've basically got everything all in one place. And you're right, if you're organized, then definitely when things get busy, you're going to find it a lot easier to keep track and keep going. And I love you for saying that. You're gorgeous. Okay, just like, by the way, with your recruiting, we do have the prospecting pad. This is the brand new one. It's gorgeous, isn't it? This is the prospecting pad, and the old ones were black, and I was just getting one out earlier. It's under here for my team. I was showing them how I do mine. This is so battered. This is from December 2019. So I filled this out in a whole month with people that I spoke to. And this makes it so easy for follow-ups because I'm just going to go back through now and I'm going to literally pick out 10 people a day to follow up with. So you might get one if you're watching and I've got to follow up with you. But yeah, this gives me 10 people a day to go back through, do my follow-ups. I'm never going to run out of people to speak to because I've got my follow-ups, I've got the new people that I'm connecting with. And so this really helps with that. This is just exactly the same sort of inside, but just a new color and design. So it gives you space to keep track of all the prospects, the people that you're speaking to. Stay nice and organized, never miss a follow-up, all that kind of stuff. So thank you for joining me for another Network Marketing Monday. It's been my pleasure to share with you those recruitment tips. I hope my point of this was like, be real and be you, because you will attract, if you want to build a team, you will attract a team of you. And I think you're great. You probably think you're great. You'd like another you, as enthusiastic and excited as you are in your business. You probably like another one of you. So just be you. You joined. They probably will too. But it's got to be the right time. So be relaxed about that and don't overthink everything too much. Just be you, be comfortable with you, and just love you. So take care, everyone. I will see you guys soon. Over on my personal Facebook as well, I'm doing a few audio rooms this week. Basics are still the same, Jen. They'll never change, which is always a good thing because you can come in and out as you wish. Yes, so over on audio rooms on Facebook, on my personal profile, I'm doing quite a few things this week, and that is based around mindset. If you haven't seen, but I've got a mindset makeover, check my events on this page. If you're on YouTube, you can come across my business page, and yeah, check the events out there. You can register for the mindset makeover masterclass. I've got a couple of amazing experts, special guests that are coming on with me as well. We're gonna go live on December the 1st in a Zoom, and it's capped at 500, and I think I'm already at 500. So it'll be like fastest finger first on getting onto the Zoom, but make sure you're registered to give yourself a fighting chance. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Good night.